What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Juggernaut 097, and today I am here to review WWE Money in the Bank 2021 pay-per-view review. Which this pay-per-view was last Sunday, which I know I'm a little late with this, but I got busy doing some things last week and I wasn't able to record this throughout the week, but nonetheless, or less than none, as Casey would say, I am here to review Money in the Bank 2021. And overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. But before we start off with this review, go grab your snacks, go grab your drinks, whatever you need for this review, because you guys are going to need it. And I'll be right back after I hit you with that intro. So we'll see you in a few minutes here.
Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to the Juggernaut Show, hosted by Juggernaut 097. And I am here to review Money in the Bank 2021, which was on pay-per-view last Sunday, which overall, like the whole show together, it was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good. Even if you're like a non-wrestling fan, I think you would enjoy this show. I mean, I don't really have much complaints. I mean, I got a few complaints, which I'll get to that later on in the show here. But overall, I thought it was a really good show. So let's go ahead and get started with this Money in the Bank review. So the first match, we're not going to talk about the pre-show match. I mean, we had new SmackDown Tag Team champions on the pre-show, which the Usos won that. They beat the Mysterios. It was an alright match, typical tag team match that you would see on SmackDown. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it's cool that the Usos won, and they won by roll-up. But other than that, pre-show is, really nothing to catch. But we moved to the actual show. We had the women's Money in the Bank match. Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Natalya, Nikki Ash, Tamina, and Zelina Vega. There wasn't really any big names in this match, really huge names that stand out, which I thought there was supposed to be like a mystery person to come into this match, but apparently, they just had these women that were supposed to be in this match. I mean, the match was fine. There was some weird shenanigans going on in this match. With Alexa Bliss, she tranced. Who was it? It was Zelina Vega. They were both climbing up the ladder, and she made Alexa Bliss no. Zelina Vega looked in Alexa Bliss's eyes and kind of made Zelina Vega go down the ladder. So that was kind of interesting throughout the match. Nikki Ash, she looked really dominant in this match. She was doing some superhero type of stuff, some that a superhero does. She just seemed like a lot of high flying moves throughout this match. They had a really cool spot where they everybody threw ladders on top of Alexa Bliss because all the spooky powers Alexa Bliss does, so they just wanted to eliminate her out of the equation. So I thought that was interesting. And it seems like Tamina and Natalya, they got a lot of heat during this match, which wasn't very good heat and stuff. They were really booing them. They didn't realize that they were in the match. There was something I was really surprised about. Why did with Alexa Bliss? Why didn't they when she got buried? I thought they would do something crazy where maybe they turn out the lights and then bam, she'd be at the top of the ladder. I'm surprised they didn't do anything like that, anything hokey like that. You know, like make her use her powers and stuff. Like we didn't see her any throughout the match, any after that. So I was kind of surprised with that. But no, Nikki Ash ended up winning the women's Money in the Bank match. You know, I think it was kind of interesting how they were all fighting on top of the ladder, you know, reaching for the briefcase. And then Nikki Ash, you know, she just climbs up, you know, she just goes up on another ladder and then just grabs the briefcase while everybody else is fighting. So I thought that was a really interesting way, the way they made her win the Money in the Bank. And of course, you know, if you didn't watch Raw last week, you know, she won the women's championship. So they are really pushing Nikki Ash. And, you know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they make her lose the title eventually here. Because LOL, you know, WWE, which, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they like make her lose it at SummerSlam or something. I mean, but it was an alright match. Nothing crazy. Nothing like too crazy spots in this match. But it was a decent match. And then the next match we had was the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match. We had AJ Styles and Omos defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Viking Raiders. This was a decent match. I mean, kind of an average match that I think you see on like you know, Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles, he was looking pretty good throughout this match. He hit a nice assisted Hurricane Rana in the match. That was pretty good. The Viking Raiders were looking pretty good. But the winners of the match were the Raw Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Omos. They ended up retaining the titles there. Wasn't a bad match. I mean, if I saw this on Raw, you know, I really wouldn't care about watching this. You know, I wouldn't have cared too much about this match, but it was decent. You know, all four of these guys worked pretty good, and then they made, you know, they're making Omos look strong here. I mean, so I don't really have much complaints about this match. You know, I mean, it wasn't too long, but same time, it was all right. And you know, the Viking Raiders were looking pretty good also. So, like I said, not much to complain about this match. And then next we had was the WWE Championship match. We had Bobby Lashley defending the WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston. Now, right out the gate, you know, Bobby Lashley, he just gets control of Kofi Kingston a lot during this match. I mean, this was a match that kind of reminded me of like Brock Lesnar versus John Cena from SummerSlam 2014. It's like, you know, Bobby Lashley had control a lot. You know, he slowed down the match. I mean, he just controlled the pacing of this match. It kind of seemed like a glorified squash match. Well, I mean, but the fans, you know, they were really behind Kofi. You know, they wanted to see Kofi win the WWE Championship, which I wouldn't mind if Kofi would have won. Because I was thinking maybe, you know, Big E wins the Money in the Bank, and then, you know, as I was saying my predictions, Big E wins the Money in the Bank, and then Kofi gets cashed in on by Big E, and then we have a heel Big E. That's what I was kind of hoping for. But I'm happy, you know, they're making Bobby Lashley, you know, still look strong here, so that's good. You know, make him strong going into SummerSlam. But I mean, yeah, this felt like a glorified squash match. I mean, Kofi Kingston didn't really have much offense during this match, which, you know, I was kind of surprised. Which, like I said, the fans were really behind Kofi. You know, it seemed like from WrestleMania 30, was it 36? 35, you know, when he was facing Daniel Bryan. That's what it felt like a little bit. But no, it was like I said, it was just basically a squash match. Bobby Lashley ended up retaining. Really nothing else to say about this match. And then next we had was the WWE Raw Women's Championship match. We have Rhea Ripley defending the title against Charlotte Flair. Now, easily, hands down, this was best match of the night. Great stuff. I think it's better than their WrestleMania 36 match. This match was good here. I mean, you had Rhea Ripley hitting a lot of, you know, she hit some pretty nice suplexes in this match. She hit a really nice Northern Light suplex. I mean, also these girls, look like they legitimately don't like each other. I mean, they were really looks like they were really going at it and stuff. And Charlotte hit some big moves in this match. She did a nice moonsault to the outside of the ring. That was pretty nice. But a lot of near falls from both women. I mean, this was some really good stuff. I was on the edge of my seat when I was watching this match. This match was really good, and I kind of go like, "Oh, you don't know which way it's gonna go." Like, yeah, they could give it to Charlotte. Yeah, Rhea Ripley could retain. I mean, which way are they going with it? And I'm finally, happy because this match was supposed to happen at WrestleMania, which I kind of wish it did happen instead of having Rhea and Asuka. Was it Rhea and Asuka that happened at Mania? I think so. Instead of having that, we should have had Rhea and Charlotte, because this was a really good match here. But Charlotte did end up regaining the title back when she had in the figure 4. She did the figure 8, whatever. She did that, and she got the Raw Women's Championship back. So, I mean, I'm wondering who's going to be next who's going to be facing Charlotte at SummerSlam. Could Becky Lynch return? That'd be pretty cool. But no, I thought this was a really good match, but definitely best match of the night. No doubt about that. Best match of the night. And then the next match we had was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. The participants in this match were Big E, Drew McIntyre, John Morrison, Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Riddle, Seth Rollins, and King Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this is when the show kind of like the quality of the show went down a little bit, because apparently, Peacock, they were having issues last Sunday, which like it just the stream kept quit working and stuff. So that's on Peacock's part, because everybody was having issues. I thought it was just me, but I look on Twitter and I see everybody complaining about Peacock fix their stuff here, and WWE, like all these funny memes going around on Twitter. But that's really the only bad thing I have to say about this pay-per-view. Other than, like once I backed out on my stream, I missed the entrances and stuff, but I went to go back and watch this match. But other than, that not seeing much of the entrances and like not seeing a few minutes of the part of the match, it was all right. This match was pretty good. I mean, Johnny Drip Drip and Seth Rollins, the two drip gods, they were kind of working together in this match. So that was pretty cool in this match. Yeah, they did a lot of double team moves. Riddle, he was hitting a lot of RKOs, which I think it was like too much RKOs in this match. Yeah, I mean, of course, he's tag team partners with Randy Orton. But yeah, he was hitting a little too much RKOs in this match. Ricochet, he was doing some pretty nice high spots in this match. There was like one point where he kind of like the ladder was falling over and he bounced over to the ropes and did like a kind of like a senton onto everybody on the outside of the ring. That was pretty cool. I didn't really see much of Shinsuke Nakamura during this match. Kevin Owens, he took a nice like kind of like superplex off the top rope into some ladders. That was pretty nice. I mean, Big E was doing some pretty good stuff. I think he hit a nice spear onto the outside of the ring. I mean, he's always hitting one of those spears to the outside of the ring. Like I said, Ricochet was doing pretty good. I mean, Kevin Owens, he was hitting a lot of stunners in this match, throwing out stunners left and right here. I think, these finishers from back in days, I think finishers, sometimes they get too much overused. Like, that's why when people kick out finishers these days, they're not as effective. But yeah, there was like kind of way too many RKOs and stunners in this match. Drew McIntyre was looking pretty good. I thought, maybe Drew McIntyre could have won this, but he got taken out by the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. And I can't remember his people, like his other part of his faction name. I can't remember them right off the top of my head. But yeah, he got taken out by them. So that feud's still going a little bit. Seth Rollins was looking good in this match. I thought Seth Rollins could have, had a chance at winning the Money in the Bank. But no, the winner of the match was Big E when he hit a big ending off the ladder. He hit the big ending on Seth Rollins off the ladder, and then he went back up and he grabbed the briefcase. So now he's the men's Money in the Bank champion. And I thought, they've been building up Big E really good these past few months. So I think it was right for Big E to win the briefcase here. And it was a good match. Other than, like I said, the streaming issues. By match here. And then the next match we had was, I think it's the main event. Yeah. We had the WWE Universal Championship. We had Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against the Rated R superstar Edge. This was a long match, I tell you. Like a long match. But it was some pretty good stuff here. Like, if the pace really felt slow in this match, but once the match got going, like they were doing some pretty cool stuff in this match. I mean, there was a really nice bump that Roman took. Like he was trying to spear Edge through the barricade, but instead Edge moved out of the way, and Roman Reigns went through the barricade, and then Edge did another spear through. Like he speared Roman through another barricade. So 2 barricades got broken like back to back. So I thought that was pretty cool in the match. I mean, we even had Seth Rollins come out, because before this match, he was cutting the promo. He was mad that Edge kind of was cutting in line. He got this championship opportunity and Seth Rollins didn't. So we go like, he's going. Whoever wins the match, he wants the next, he wants the title. Wants the title shot. So we saw Seth Rollins get involved. We saw some ref bumps, happen here. I mean, Roman was like really looking dominant in this match. It's like when Roman was going for he was going for like a Superman punch, and then Edge like countered it into a backslide. I thought that was a pretty cool counter. And, then Edge was starting to, hit some comeback moves, hit like an execution. So, I mean, there was a chance that Edge had, but there's no way that they're going to make Roman Reigns lose the title right now. There was no way. The Usos even tried getting involved, but the Mysterio family came out and they, stopped the Usos from getting involved. So that was good. But in the end, Roman Reigns did end up getting the victory. And, of course, Seth Rollins, like I said, he attacked Edge and, basically helped Roman Reigns retain the title. And after the match, Roman Reigns, he got on the microphone and, he says, now, he's basically about to say, now you guys can acknowledge me. And then we had the return of John Cena, which Michael Cole, he was marking out. He goes like, John Cena, he's here. And then Pat McAfee was going, where? I can't see him. And his crowd was going nuts. I even marked out, and I'm not a really big Cena fan. I even marked out for this. So, I mean, I tell you that this is what, wrestling has been missing, like these big stars. Of course, they're missing John Cena and stuff. I mean, doing all those car commercials, especially, after, being in Fast 9, after being in that movie. And of course, he's going to be in Suicide Squad, You got to bring him back for the summertime. You have to bring Cena back for SummerSlam. They have to go all out at SummerSlam here. So, I mean, I kind of marked out a little bit. It's kind of good to see Cena back. And the whole, arena, they erupted. It was crazy. And then, Cena just did the "You Can't See Me" to Roman Reigns, and then the show went off the air. So, solid show. Nothing really bad on the show. Excuse me. Like, nothing bad on the show. It was just a solid show. I enjoyed it for the most part. And yeah, that was my Money in the Bank 2021 review. Go down in the comments, tell me what you thought of the show. I thought it was a pretty good show. Like I said, the best match of the night on the show was the Raw Women's Championship match between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. That was a really, really good match. But yeah, go hit that subscribe button if this is your first time ever checking out my channel. Also, go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter at TrueJSB. You can see my handle right there. And then also go subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an Instant Classic. He means always, she means, everybody means always an Instant Classic. So all those links will be down in the description. And I got some more videos coming out this week. I got some retro reviews to do. I'm going to finish off with doing the rest of my Great American Bashes. I only got 2007 left to do and 2008, so stay tuned for those. I'll be bringing those sometime this week for you. And maybe I might do a little like weekly in wrestling, something to talk about, all the big stuff that's going on in wrestling right now, all the rumors we've been hearing about CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, possibly, CM Punk possibly making his return to professional wrestling. Would you guys like to see that? Has that ship already left? I don't know. Probably talk about that. Talk about some AEW, WWE. I mean, this is an exciting time right now in wrestling. It's good stuff here. But yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed my Money in the Bank 2020 review on the Juggernaut show, hosted by Juggernaut 097. And I will catch you guys in my next video. So peace.